So we're actually showing the right game. There we go. Oh. It's definitely a Monday. Whew. Oh, so yeah, welcome to the stream, everybody. Happy Monday. Do a little bit of work on the new CVs here. Let's see what we got going on. Still not sure about this. We'll see how it actually works out when it's all said and done. Alright, so for those who were not here last time, basically what we've been doing is working on well, basically it's a, I guess you call it like a pocket carrier almost. Hey Vala, did I decide which design for the engine? No, I actually went ahead and did both. So, alright, so this is the one design we were talking about last time. So basically the ship is doing this, but we also have this one. I haven't gone through and done the detail pass on this yet. I do need to go in and to do that. But we are getting closer on it. So, and you basically need to make the other side look like this side. So I figured we would do that a little bit today. Show you what I've been working on as far as the other side, the other ship design was. Because we're going to basically do the same. So for the nacelles, as you can see here, we do have them kind of tucked in on the ship. And this allowed me to basically give a little bit of a detail piece in here so that you still have some separation between the nacelle and the rest of the body. And I may come through and put a little bit more separation in there, basically take this line of blocks out. I haven't decided yet. But just giving you an idea what I'm looking at design-wise for the exterior of the ship a little bit. We're going to do, I'm thinking I'm going to keep the raised line here. Because I like the way that the cabling detail came out. I just wish there was a way to actually illuminate this a little bit better. Like these, it would be really nice if these could be made to be light sources so that they would actually glow. But it is what it is, I guess, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and get this stuff in here. And then we are going to do that again. Throw the little half block in there. But yeah, I'm liking the way that both ships came out so far. I think that if we do the same for the second one that we did for the first one, where we actually have the detail come down and around, I think it'll end up looking pretty nice, actually. So, what about the flares? The problem with the flares is that they are still technically lights in as far as the system is concerned. So what ends up happening is they take a full block, and I would really rather that they were just a, it would be nice if they could do them so that they were a texture, so that you could place them somewhere. It would give off light, like a light source based texture, but, show you what these look like here. Let's get you, put you in there. So, but because of the fact that they are a full block, they run into the same restrictions as all the other blocks, so I can't even hide a flare in there, unfortunately. And the flares, unlike the lights, don't have an offset version, so you're stuck with center of the block for them. There. Which is very unfortunate. Hey Asian, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. So, trying to remember, it's red on the left. Is that right? Or is it green on the left? I can never remember. It's really bad. I should know this. Because I know it used to be red, right, return when you're coming in, but all right. So let me grab the fuel tank really quick. So the flares work for if you're just adding a little bit of a color flare to it. But again, because they're, you know, not textures, they're actual model blocks. I would really like to see these done as textures, personally. Yeah, see, that's what I thought too, Val. That's why I was trying to, I was like, you know, is it red rate? It's red rate return, I know, but I can never remember because the red rate return is, for those who don't know, is a naval standard. Some naval standards carry over in avionics, some of them don't. But and technically, they should the lights should be out here on the extremes, which is why you see them on airplanes. They're not on the wingtips. So. Anyway. So that's what we have going for that ship. And then over here, I still need to finish the front of the nacelle and then to do the detail pass. For this nacelle, we actually will need to get these. And we are doing the large... Doing large ramps here, here. And we do the same on this side. And then what we'll do is we'll do the small ramps, the ramp bottoms on this side. Just to give it a little bit of a visual interest, right? So we'll go ahead and get this in here. Flip these bad boys around and do our return pass. Once we have all of this stuff in, we can do a little bit of a texture pass on it to get things going. Let's see, we want you. There you go. And then for these, we are going to do this. I'm really liking these lights. I liked the style of the light. Let's see, we want to take you to that or that. Let's go with the light blue. So we're gonna drop the intensity a little bit, increase the range, maybe. I mean, if we go with really high intensity, really short range, how's that look? Maybe. Let's go with the thruster shade of blue. We'll do the same on this side. We'll go thruster shade of blue. Minimum range, maximum intensity. You know what? Take it to 10 meters. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. Now, I am going to have to come back at some point and do an efficiency pass on this thing, because this beast takes a lot of power. All right. And we want to flip those over, right? Which way am I looking at on those? Yeah, I want to flip those. There we go. And that gives us a system that just absolutely hates me. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can get some of this done here. So now that we have those in place, drop that there, drop that there. Yeah, I'm liking that. Now I'm going to have to come back through apparently and rebalance these, because for some reason the lights decided they did not want to keep the settings that I set the last lights to, so... But I do like the look of that. What do y'all think? You like the blue glow? Leave it there for a second so you can see it. Head over to the other side so we can get that going. Hey AJ, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. What's the difference between an assault carrier and a carrier? Okay, so when you're talking in terms of like naval capacity, an assault carrier tends to be smaller and actually usually has some form of primary weapon system as well as the carrier capacity. But what it does is it sacrifices some of its carrier capacity for those upgrades. So the biggest difference between, say, an assault carrier and a full-on CV style, which is funny, you know, we call them CVs for cruisers here, but when you're talking about, like, so if you were saying something like, I don't know, what, the Enterprise versus, I'm trying to think of the new one. The US Navy actually just, one of the new, like, the updated doctrines for the Navy is talking about replacing the giant carriers with assault carriers. Because they are cheaper to produce, they end up being cheaper to produce, cheaper to maintain, and because they're smaller, you can maintain more of them for the same cost. So they work much better as a force multiplier and projector, if that makes sense. Probably gonna have people going, "What in the hell are you talking about, Hal?" But yeah, the biggest difference between an assault carrier and a regular carrier is the payload that it's carrying, as far as ships are concerned, support craft, an assault craft, and the its offensive capabilities. At some point in time, they've actually been called. I've heard them referred to as pocket carriers as well. Basically, they tend, you know, it's because they're smaller carrier style vessels. Alright. So you are going to be... You know what I might do? I'm trying to decide if it's going to be more work trying to recreate it or getting stuff done the first time. I'm thinking it'll actually be more work to recreate it. So. Because I was thinking to go ahead and just copy that ship over again, and then to change the nacelles around a little bit, but I'd have to take off all of that work and redo it anyway, so if I'm going to have to redo it, I may as well just go ahead and do it the first time. Oh, come back here. Come on. There we go. So hopefully that answered your question though, AJ. Alright, let's flip this beast around so we are working in the sunlight here. Because while Sparta may enjoy dining in the shade, I enjoy working in the light, so. Alright. There we go. Alright, so this is going to go here. We're going to go... Now, what did we do with... Oh. Alright, so let me go check what we were doing for textures, because I forgot. I haven't touched this side of the ship in a while. Let's see here. We've got those and the welded panels. Okay. And then we're doing these for the ramps. Alright, so let's go ahead and get all of one texture in so that we can get all of this done. Whoops. It's okay, it's not like we can texture the engines anyway, right? Which is kind of sad. I would actually like to be able to texture the engine blocks a bit. I'm going. Alright. And then I think I did the same texture on the half blocks behind it. Is that right? Yeah, okay. And so this way we can actually get an idea what this thing's going to look like when it's done. So we did these textures here. Get a few more of these in here. Carry small fighter drones and more mixed armaments? Kind of, yeah. For this particular ship, yes. But that's not what makes it an assault carrier. It's just because it is carrying a reduced complement of fighters. So I could do 6 fairly large SVs, basically 1 per bay, and then 1, I'd say, well, they'd be small to medium fighters that you would be building for these, and then 1 medium fighter for the central drop bay here. Or, you know, you could have your runabout or, like, troop mover if you were doing an APC of some kind. You know, you have enough room in here to actually build a pretty hefty ship. And I'm actually going to put a repair block in here as well, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. But with this thing, because each one of the blocks is roughly, I want to say 4 small blocks, like it's a 4x4 versus the for each one of these. So you'd be able to get an 8x12 in here, a small block ship. Like an SV, which is a pretty good size if you're building just a fighter. Now, if you're doing, or, you know, a small runabout or something. The ships that I've got in here currently, is it in this one? Yeah. So the ships that I have in here currently are just these little runabout pods. But I am going to be building an armed version of these. Which, you know, I'm going to have to re-engineer all of this, obviously, but I'm going to have a version of these with different types of weapons, so you'll, depending on which tech tier you want to be in. We'll have the Gatling guns, pulse lasers, and I don't know if I'm going to do plasma on them or not. I'm not a big fan of the plasma weapons in the game. The miniguns or chain guns and the, or I'm sorry, I should say the cannons, the assault cannons. And the pulse lasers are my favorite weapons in the game right now. So, all right, so we've got all of that. We still need to get the rest of our blocks in over here, and it looks like I'm gonna have to grab some more blocks here in a moment. Go up like so. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the rest of these in so we can get the lines done on here at least. Because I've got them turned sideways, that means I'm going to want a texture that will map to the sides. And for some reason, you are flipped. I'm not sure why you are flipped, but that's okay. We can work with it. It's easy enough, right? Oh, completely wrong block. There we go. Now I may need to actually rotate those blocks depending on which texture we go with. Let's see. Because this is on one orientation and that, oh no, maybe not. It's working that way. Let's see what we've... let's see how this works. So we do that with those, and then we say maybe this. Actually, we need to remove... well, we remove this block. We remove that block, we leave that there, we remove this block. We'll place it like that. So we're gonna have to go through and remove a lot of this stuff to rebalance the way these are situated. Like I said, I haven't done anything on this one yet. I've been spending all my time over on the other design version. So let me go ahead and get this stuff out of here. Nope, I didn't want to do that. That's the one I wanted to leave. So for the folks that have snuck in, welcome to the live stream. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a fantastic week and that you had a terrific weekend. So you're going to come out of there. You're going to come out of there. Ugh. Okay. So we're going to take you. We're going to put you there. We're going to put you there. And we're going to put you there. What's funny is I may come back and put those in, put those back in, because I actually kind of like the way that looked. It's a little different, you know? Okay, so now that we've gotten this mostly sorted out, let's go ahead and grab this really quick. On the top of each of these is where we're going to put that. Basically just carrying our lines through so that we can get all of this done. There we go. Whoop. Wrong spot. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab more blocks while we are here. Grab that. Oh, come on, really? You reset? There was no reason for you to reset. Alright. And we do need to grab the wall. There you go. Okay, so it's starting to look like something. I'm not quite sure what, but it is starting to look like something. Okay. So this is option number one. This nacelle setup. Where did we do with the other one? Oh, I misplaced a ship. How do you misplace a capital ship? That's what I want to know. Alright, and then option number 2. So which way do you folks like better? I'll be honest, I'm going to go ahead, I am going to basically build out both ships completely, and we will upload both of them to the Steam, to the workshop. So if anybody wants to play with one or the other, or both, you are more than welcome to. And as with all of my designs, whenever I upload them, if you come up with some variation on it, let me know. You know, just make a comment on it, or send me a message with links to it, because I would really like to see what people do with the designs that I put up there. But definitely let me know which of the designs you think you might like better. I'll tell you now that the handling is going to be roughly the same on both of them. Design option 1, which is the one that we're looking at right now, will probably have... Actually, no, because you've got, what, 4 nacelles of 4? You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in theory, they should have equal amounts of lateral and vertical thrusts when we're done. And that's one of the things that I haven't done yet, is I haven't put the vertical ascent and descent thrusters in. Those I'm probably going to run down the center line here, or off center line a little bit, but basically occupying the space between the hangar and the keel. We'll see how that works out, though. Not there yet. Let's get ourselves back over here in the sunlight so we can continue working on this thing. And we know that this is actually... There is a difference here of 1 block, I believe, right? It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, okay, that's there. The red accents on aft. Oh, so the main thruster staying red. Nope. Whee! So leaving that thruster basically red like that. It does look kind of cool. Of course, I haven't put the lights in here yet either. So if we do, I just realized that those lights got, or the windows got placed sideways. Did I do that on both sides? Interesting. Not sure how that happened, but you know. Alright. So let's go ahead and grab you. What we're going to do, let's go with red on this. We're going to ramp up the intensity. Actually, let's take intensity to 3. And leave it at 10 meters. We will place that like a so. Because the block's already red, it almost looks like it's a white light there. Yeah, see, I think my big complaint about the design 1 is that you end up with these giant open areas around the thrusters. And with the design on, ooh, there you go. And with the design on 2, you end up with these tighter thruster groupings. And I think that's where my my issue with it is because I think I like the narrower amount of space here. Because it ends up looking more like compartmentalized nacelle areas than that one does. But we'll see. Once the ship is entirely done, then we'll be able to make a better decision on it. Right now, I think the general feedback is that it's kind of split. You know, some people really, really like one over the other. Actually, let's do this for now, because this will help us differentiate the ships a little bit better, because then you can say the blue one or the red one. That's not what I told you to do. There we go. So now you have a little bit of Roxanne going on over here, right? Putting on the red light. And now the question is how many people actually know that reference? Don't worry, if you do catch the reference, you don't have to say anything. We won't tell people how old you really are. I don't know, I don't know if I like the way that light effect works with the grill, or if I should flip them. I'm thinking I might rotate these around so that it works more like this, so that you get the fade effect on the coloring when you're above or below, but you can see the light when you're from the front and back like this. I think I like that better. Hey Damien, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. I'm not trying to make anybody feel old. We're either old or we're not. Yeah, see, I like the way that light effect works because of the grading. But I'm thinking I want the color to be visible from forward and from fore and aft, and not from top and bottom. You can see, like, over here, if we go in from the same angle, you see you lose the lighting from top and bottom, but you get to keep the light from this angle, and I'm thinking I like that a little bit better. So I'll probably swing those windows around. Yeah, I'm probably gonna swing those windows around. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the rest of this stuff in here. I'm gonna switch these over. Let's go ahead and do this so I can get rid of the bloody window block. And yeah, I know I could just go in and fly inside the windows and not have to deal with all of the wonderful fun that is trying to get all of this crap positioned. But that's not nearly as much fun. All right. There we go. A few more of these. Come on. Am Was I really just outside of that range? Wow. Get this in here. Just a couple of more, and the reason I don't do that is, let me show you. Because not all of these lights, because I'm using some of the same style lights elsewhere within the build, and I haven't compartmentalized them on the list yet. So in order to not basically have to come through and figure out which light's which, just go ahead and do it manually. See, I was being lazy before, and now, you know, that's coming back to bite me in the ass. I think you are facing the wrong way now. Yep. There we go. Yeah, I think I like that better. There we go. Yeah, I like that better. I like the idea that you can tell that it's, you know, the coloration in here. So when it's approaching, you know if it's friendly or not. Now, do I still have my multi-tool? No. Let's grab our multi-tool. Alright. So go ahead and flip the last couple of these around. There we go. Mwahaha. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to move this ship over. We're mostly lined up, right? Close enough for government work. There we go. And see, this way you actually get to be able to see them side by side now. Make it a little easier to do the comparison between the textures. So what do y'all think? That's what it looks like from this side. Let me, we'll hide the menu here. Top and bottom halves increase the maximum range. Yeah, we could do that. So the thing is with the lights that I'm doing in that, that's basically just a detail pass. It's not really meant to be a feature focus, which is why they're set up the way they are right now. So, but we can always come back and revisit what we're doing with them. I still need to figure out a texture to use inside there as well, so. And then from this side. Right, so let's go ahead and get. So we're using this for. And then again, this is a sloppy pass. It's not meant to be anything overly accurate or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and grab this. And a couple more, and we have this stage done. So let's go back to this block. You know what? I think I'm gonna go. That way instead. Yeah, okay. It's almost like it's my first day with a new mouse, huh? Alright, there we go. Alright, that way we have a little bit of a texture on there so you can see a little bit better which way. I don't know. What do y'all think? Let's go ahead and grab a screenshot of that. Choices, opinions, comments, hopes or dreams I can dash for you. Personally, I'm finding that I do think that I'm liking the design with the red highlights a little bit better, even though they don't match up with the hangar bay quite as nicely. Where this one actually does match up, and you know, it's fairly consistent in its appearance across the hangar bay. I mean, we could even, let me see here. Hello? Oh, there it goes. Okay. See, I think I broke the game. Because we could even go like this with it. Where you end up with a bit of like a bit of a blocking like that, maybe. Thruster panels and bays aren't that related. Well, the idea is that the thrusters are actually in the walls between the two bays. And the way that the detailing works coming out is it gives you a consistent launch experience. So when you're coming out of here, you know, you don't have to take into consideration anything different depending on which bay you're in. Because if we did this, what we could then do here, let's grab a half block, let's flip that beast over. And you end up with a little bit more detailing on this side. But then you have this basically just a floating band here. And I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it makes kind of a sense because you would want to protect your thrusters in the case you get into combat. So this gives, you know, a little bit more protection on your engines. Especially since we don't have structural damage from thruster. Which I'm kind of glad about. So what do you all think? Yes, no, maybe so? Because that one line really does change up the dynamic on this. I don't know if I like that or not. Move the grills further out. Like that instead. Maybe. Let's try that. Oh, come on. Twitchy little bugger, isn't it? All right. Oh yeah, it's so I don't have to remove and replace them again. I'm just looking at the general styling of it right now. See, I don't know if I like that or not. Red one's better from a distance. I think it's just because of the general size of these little alcoves. I think that's what's doing it. Of course, it would probably help if I had all of the blocks done correctly. Let's go ahead and get this sorted. Get this sorted out really quick. Now it's not quite so distracting. All right. Yeah, see, I'm not sure how I feel about it. What I will probably do then is maybe do a third design. Basically, we'll have two variants on this, where we have one with this, where it's out like this, and then the other one back the way it was originally, where the screens are up against the thruster exhaust. I don't know. I still need to finish all of that up too. Because I could just leave them without any of the screens here at all, where the exhaust is just open like this. Yeah, I think that's the problem that I'm running into, is that I like the way one looks, but the other one looks actually more functional. Like more realistically functional. Let's go ahead and turn those off for a second. See, looking at them like this, I think I actually like the blue one better. Looking at it from side on like this. See, this is what I do off camera normally. As I sit here and second guess myself. Let's try changing up the texture so that it's a consistent texture between the two ships. Because it might just be the texture that I'm using for the detail pass. Yeah, I think I actually like the blue one better now. Because when you sit there and just kind of let your eyes drift, I find my eyes are drifting up towards the blue one more than they're drifting down towards the red. That to me means that the blue one, at least in my perspective, is more interesting of the two. But now the question is it because I use the blue highlighter, or is it because the design is actually more interesting? Alright, so let's take these out. There we go. Okay. Everyone's opinion. What do you think? Blue or red? The blue creates lines and the red alternates them, yeah. Well, the blue one will do the same when we're done. Yeah, so the blue one will actually, the only difference that's going to be here is where the banding is. The banding, the way it carries over the top and bottom, will be done on the blue one as well. I just didn't go through to do it on this pass because I was focusing more on the facing of it. But if it'll help you make to see it, oh, come on, really? Ever since they changed the way that the collision boxes work in Empyrion, made the building in this game so much more frustrating. So yeah, but the general idea is that this is all going to be done the exact same way as the other one was. I just, like I said, I hadn't had a chance to do the detail pass on it yet. So let's go ahead and do this. So, but yeah, so it's going to basically do the same. And we are going to take out. So that's the general idea of it, though. Because what I could do on the red one would be to shift the thrusters from the center of here into the side bands here. So what you end up with would be, let's see if I can, and I took the thrusters off my my bar. Doesn't that figure? All right, let's go ahead and grab just a bunch of those, just because we can. Let's see which way you guys are facing here. There we go. So we could do that, where we end up with the thrusters here, and then we take the thrusters out in the middle here. Really? Come on. Wonky system. There we go. So you end up with that instead. What do you think about that? Let's go with, I don't know. Just like a little wiring detail or something in there. It's really too bad that we can't do a modified blocking where, since you have two half blocks that are open, basically shift the grid over so that that would be a single block. But custom poly collisions like that would be way too complex, I think. So let's try. Oh crap! Deleting stuff inside the ship here. All right. So that way you end up with the thrusters actually being fully protected. We get the thruster line, and we get the tighter detailing on the side nacelle. Yay, nay. Nay, nay. Sorry. All right. See, now the problem that we do run into that is I think we will end up with fewer thrusters in this design. Let me see, would we be able to get... Yeah, see, you'll end up with only the one... Yeah, you only end up with 3 groupings of side thrusters compared to 4. So that one's actually going to end up being more maneuverable than this one. But it is a carrier, so you know you do kind of make some considerations for it. Put windows in instead of half blocks. Talking about having, instead of putting windows, instead of having the blocks here, have windows here instead. Actually, let's do this. So like that instead. Pipe decals. So like that, you mean? And do that for the, instead of having the textures. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and drop these back in here. Or would you actually mean removing the blocks behind this and allowing there to be windows fully with a full view? Yeah, the banding comes out a little bit weird. So we're doing. The middle four? Yeah. Well, what we might be able to do is if we really wanted to try the window view, let's go here. We'll do the transparent. Because if you do transparent, then you get these. But you run into the problem where you're only going to get that on half of it. And then you have one like this one where you'll get it on all of it. Because that's this one is the wall between the two rooms. But if we do this, that could be something. That definitely could be something. Yeah, that's my concern, is that you would only get, and you only get the 2x2s basically in the two end bays. So if we do, let's go here. If we do that, then you get the windows in the two bays, the front and aft bay, and or I should say the fore and aft bay, and then you get the everything else. And yes, I know those textures aren't lined up. That's fine for now. See what this looks like from inside. So that gives you a window there. No window there. Let's drop down really quick. So you end up with that. No window. And then a window. Aft 2x2. Talking about this area, you wouldn't be able to get 2x2 in here because the large thruster, the large red thruster, is a 3x3 block. So you would have to change that one out. Hey Buddha, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Man, it looks like it's going to rain outside. Trying to figure out what we want to do with this one. Hey Thorax, how you doing, buddy? Okay, which one of them is saying that it's supposed to be Conan? Because I updated all of them today, so whichever one is saying it's supposed to be Conan. Can she go ludicrous speed? Actually, yes. Yes, she can. Yeah, so we could do 2x2 on the thrusters, but what you would end up with, I'll show you, is you would end up with the thrusters mounted here instead. And I wouldn't be opposed to it. Why am I not surprised that it's beam? Why is it always beam? Alright, I'm gonna fix that really quick, because beam just continues to give me nothing but problems. Let's see if it took this time. Sheesh. Alright. Sorry about that. I swear, man, the folks over at Beam hate me. So, like I was saying, yeah, I could do something like this, but I think that if I was going to do this, I would redesign the aft nacelle entirely, the aft portion of the nacelle. Because what I'm trying to achieve with this is I want the thrusters to be recessed so that you have at least one layer of armor over them, if not more. See, now I'm gonna have to figure out a lighting system that makes this thing look like it's gone plaid. Yeah, with Beam, it's probably something like, because we're already broadcasting over there, Beam is probably going, you don't get to change it until after the broadcast. It might also just be something that takes a couple minutes for it to process through, so. Yeah, no, the problem that we run into is this big thruster. As long as it's Raspberry, they can jam the radar all they want. See, what they need to do is, for Spaceballs 2, they really needed to have Bill Pullman's character be a have been a president at some point. Just so you can say that your radar was jammed by Mr. President, you know. Let's see here. Everyone's going the same direction now, right? Excuse me. Sorry about that. So I am thinking that I may go ahead and do the shift over for this then. Let's do... just so that we can get an idea to make sure that we have everything sorted out correctly. Oh, come on, really? What are you... Son of a... Ilion, how we love you. Alright. There we go. So what got deleted over here? I know something got deleted somewhere. I'm going to be doing a walkthrough and there's going to be like a block missing at some point, right? Yeah, everything looks okay. Let's get ourselves back out here. Turn that off so we can actually see what we're doing. There we go. Alright. So that gives us our general shape that we're going for, at least. Oh. So we said we're going to take these out. Alrighty then. I swear, man, their block collision's gonna be the death of me. Okay, so we end up with 3 banks of 4 instead of the 4 banks of 4. So that one will be more maneuverable. This one will be a better detail. Actually, let me see something really quickly. Let's get over here. Let's kill our jetpack. Let's take a look at the statistics really quickly. We're looking at 15 meters a second squared versus 18 meters a second squared. Because we haven't made the adjustments on both sides for the thrusters yet. 136 meters a second to 190. 20 meters. Kind of interesting that our pitch is 2.1 versus 1.87 versus roll, which is 12, almost 13 degrees a second. This is actually the same ship we were working on last time. What I did is I went ahead, got a little further along in the design of it, and then did a cut and paste, and we basically changed out the detailing on the nacelles. So where this one has the cluster that's only 2 wide, that one has the cluster that's 3 wide. So we're trying to decide which of the designs does everyone like better. I'm still thinking that I'm kind of partial to the blue one now. Yeah. I do think I'm partial to the blue one. What I think I'm gonna do, I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to just actually fully build both of them out and put them side by side. So I'm thinking that's what I'll do this week. Figure come back on Wednesday. I should have more of these, the ship built out. And what I may do, yeah, Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and call this one here. I'll finish building these out. I'll see about trying to finish both of them completely. And when we come back on Wednesday, we'll put them side by side, see which one everyone likes. Both of them will get uploaded to the Steam Workshop, just so people can play around with it. If you want a earlier build of it, like if you want what we've got right now, let me know. I'll put them up on the workshop for you. You can play around with them. If you've got any design choices or decisions you want to show, or just want to take it and run with it and make your own thing, you're more than welcome to. All I ask is that you let me know. You know, and credit back on the original design was always a nice thing, but you know, it's the workshop. You kind of deal with you kind of get what you deal with, right? Or you deal with what you get. Anyway, I do think I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank you all for stopping in today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you. I do appreciate the feedback and effort everybody's helping put into these. I like doing community designs, you know, or at least designs with community feedback, because then I can release these out to the community and everybody gets to play with them. So anyway, if you enjoyed it, I hope you will hit that like button. If you are new to the channel or have not done so already, subscribing and following are great ways to let me know that you're enjoying the content. And if you have any questions, feel free to throw them down in the sections below. On that note, I am out of here. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Enjoy your week, and we will see you back here next time for more Empyrion. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody.